Hey everybody, welcome back to our furniture flipping adventure. Today I have my first commissioned piece, which is something I promised myself I would never do, but when a friend asks, how can you tell them no? So today I have this small island-like thing. It's been sitting in a garage for many months and it's dirty, so we're gonna have to give it a really good clean before we get started. We're gonna be removing this extra leaf. They don't need it. We're gonna be sanding this down, restaining hopefully, and painting the bottom a gray. It's going to be their new tea station for mom and her two daughters to have tea parties. So we're excited to get this going. Let's get flipping. Like I said, this piece is pretty dirty. It probably lived in someone's kitchen, which probably means it's greasy as well. So we're gonna be giving a good clean. I've got crud cutter, cleaner, and degreaser. I'm at the very last of my bottle, but I'm gonna be taking everything out, cleaning everything really well, and then we'll get to scuff sanding it. So I feel like this is probably going to need to be cleaned twice, once to get the initial dirty stuff off, and then again to just do a deep clean. So I'll probably start with just a rinse coat, and then I'll get back to my crud cutter. All right, so I got it quickly rinsed off, and then I went back with my crud cutter and got in all the nooks and crannies, and there's a lot of them. But now I'm just gonna go back through with some fresh water just to wash away any residue from my cleaner, and then I'll get to a quick scuff sand. Rinse first, then scuff sand. Oh man. Sanding's a sweaty job, but it's a necessary job, especially if your old finish is starting to fall off. In some areas, the old finish was crackled, and wherever it was really loose, I spent extra time sanding off as much as would come off with my sander to just make sure that none of the remaining finish decides to fall off later, because if it falls off with my paint on top of it, then my paint falls off too. So you want to make sure you take the time to sand off any areas that are really just wanting to come off. If it wants to come off, take it off. If you're sanding it and it's not coming off, then odds are it's just not going to fall off during normal use, right? So work on the areas that need it. Now I'm going to head up to the top and see what kind of wood we have up there. Now this frame is wood. This stuff is that press board. And then, yeah, I'm going to sand down a bit of the top and see what we're working with up there. So you don't have to manhandle your sander. Just nice, even, smooth, back and forth across your board. It's gonna do the job. You don't have to put a bunch of pressure on your sander and back and forth and scrub the finish off. That's not what you have to do. You just gotta go back and forth, nice and smooth. Don't have to put a bunch of pressure on, just let your sander do the work. I started with 80 grit on mine and then went down to a 150, and now I'm gonna finish off probably around a 200 and just smooth it all out to be ready for staining. I've gone ahead and taken the top off so I don't get stain on my paint and I don't get paint on my stain. And I've got one more wipe down with some water since I scuff sanded this, so it just needs another wipe down, and then it's gonna be ready for paint. My friend decided that she wanted a nice medium dark gray, and so I custom mixed it for her using a few of my paint from Behr's line of chalk decorative paint. You can buy this at Home Depot. I'll have links for all the different products I use in today's video down in the description. But because this was a custom mix, I don't have the exact name for it. While you're down there, go ahead and give our video a like. I'll appreciate it. My friend decided that she wanted a pretty dark top to echo the flooring in her home, so we went with Behr's dark walnut classic wood stain. I sent her a photo after the first coat was on, and she chose to do a second coat to darken it up even more. I used a rag to apply the stain and work it into the wood. It leaves very little to none sitting on top to wipe up later, so the rag is generally my favorite way to apply stain. After I was happy with everything, we pulled it back outside to put some top coat on. I'm using Behr's water-based polyurethane that I buy by the gallon and I use on pretty much all my projects, at least for right now. Make sure you read the directions on your stain if you've used stain to see how long it needs to dry before you apply your top coat, especially if your stain is oil-based. I really wanted to build up protection on the top of this piece, so I did a few extra layers by hand, lightly sanding in between. Alright, so that's just about all for today's flip. It is finished and it is super beautiful and I can't wait for my friend to see it. We really didn't run into any troubles with this piece, so I'm super thankful for that. My friend picked out these crystal glass kind of knobs. We picked them up from Hobby Lobby and they really helped to finish off the piece. I think that it really was a great makeover. It looks so much more luxurious now than it did before, and it's going to be a great addition to my friend's home. I just want to thank each and every one of you for watching our video today. We post on Wednesdays and Saturdays, so if you'd like to see more, just go ahead and subscribe down below. And a special thank you to everyone who liked and commented on our video. It makes a big difference to me. We have more flips coming up, so stay tuned and we'll see you next time. I'm Sarah with our furniture flipping adventure. Bye!